Oh, hello there. I didn't see you there. We're on UberPunch today. Roxanne's going to show you a few of the rock slabs. Right now we're right after this feature where it's a step up to wall ride, or it looks like you could do almost like a little step down jump there. That's a pretty advanced feature, so we're going to move on to this next feature. This is the first one we're going to show you today. This is a slick rock climb. You can go right up it with the right amount of speed. You can either coast up it or you can pedal up it if you have good tires. We have good traction today, so Roxanne's going to come ripping around this berm, lots of speed. She's going to go up this rock and with a little bit of luck, ride away clean.
Okay, wait. Okay.
That was the right speed. As you lose momentum going up this rock, we were just practicing a technique that's good for cross country and enduro and downhill, and it's riding up the feature with your brakes on almost, just feathering your brakes a little bit as you get to the top, because you don't have a lot of room at the top and you can easily launch it and get air and you're gonna go way off the trail. So if you have your fingers on the brakes and just like feather the brakes but pedal at the same time. So I don't know if that's an advanced technique or an old school technique, but you're pedaling and braking at the same time. Give it a try out on the trails, especially on like technical climbs. It's a really handy skill. It can really help you keep your balance and keep your momentum at the same time. Oh, here she comes right now. She's coming in. She's coming in pretty fast, but not so fast that it's a speed that you can't control. Just like good momentum, ready to pedal if she has to, ready to brake if she has to. Definitely brake there. So I'm going to give it a go from here. I've got about, I don't know, 10 meters or so to get my speed. But I've got Maxxis Minion DHF Max Grip tires. So I feel like I could pretty much ride up this thing with almost no speed. Famous last words, right? So you can probably see it from here. I'm going to get, not even clipped in yet. Quick, get clipped in. Woo! Woo! So it's definitely possible to do at a super slow speed, even if it's a little sketchy. Okay, so we're on to this next feature on UberPunch. You can see why we practiced on that first slick rock up roll, because here's the next one. It's a little steeper. It comes in with a compression first, and then it goes up really steep. You used to be able to stay low and left, but I can see that the sheriff's in town and has blocked it off. So there's only one line here now. So you have to get up this. Let's see if I can run up it. Yes. So you have to come up here. And the reason is from up here, you get your momentum for this next feature. When you were down there and you had to pedal up, it didn't have dirt before either. So it was like super sketchy without tons of momentum. So that's why the trail forces you up this thing now. And you can see just to get here though, it's a little janky, a little gnarly. It's UberPunch definitely isn't a trail for beginners. It's a trail for at least advanced intermediates to experts. If you're at an intermediate level and you want to go to that next level, this is a perfect trail to practice on because it's got lots of short, kind of steep, kind of technical stuff to practice on. If it's dry, this rock has so much traction. So it's a great place to practice before going to somewhere like, let's say, Sentier des Moulins near Quebec City, or Valley Bras du Nord, the Shanahan section has tons of slick rock like this. So you can see how Roxanne's using her brakes, not skidding though. If you're skidding, you don't have any control. So just feather the brakes, and then through here, you keep your momentum through that compression, up the rock, turn left, and then set up for the next feature. So we're gonna demonstrate that right now. So you might notice what I did there is right at this lip before going down and then up that other face, I sort of just jumped a little bit to try and get as much momentum as I could. This rock is actually pretty smooth on the down, and it gives you a little extra momentum to go up that next feature. So Roxanne's going back up to hit it again. I know she makes it look easy, but it looks easy because we come out here and we practice these features over and over until they're perfect. And then when we come and ride with you guys, we can do it without stopping. And it looks like we're experts, but really, it's just lots and lots of practice. It doesn't come easy to most people. It takes lots of work. So this next feature features some pretty big rocks to roll down and kind of a narrow goat path that's been handcrafted with many, many man hours with hand-placed rocks to make this as smooth and rideable as possible. It's still not easy. It's certainly much easier than it used to be. So Roxanne's gonna come in here. This is the feature after that up roll, down roll. And so the purpose of going up and down is to get your momentum for this whole section. You can pedal through it, but it's definitely easier if you have momentum. Up the rock, down the rock, onto this goat path. You can see you can pedal, no problem. I think you just put it into a harder gear there. I think third easiest along this goat path. Watch this line. You gotta, woo! So what happened there? That's what we're trying to figure out. What we think happened is along this goat path, the previous time Roxanne was in third easiest, this time second easiest. And it seems like that was probably too easy of a gear. And so what happens if you come into something like this with too easy of a gear is when you pedal, you don't get the speed and momentum that you need or were expecting. And so you can kind of get stuck in these holes, and at that point it's impossible to pedal and get out. Luckily Roxanne has cat-like reflexes, as you've probably seen on our other video where she jumps off a rock like this at Valley Bras du Nord, or was that E47?
Yeah.
So luckily she still has 8 cat lives, the crazy cat lady, and we're gonna try it again. Alrighty, here we go. First attempt after the crash. So here we are on UberPunch. Roxanne's coming into the goat path. She's gonna try a harder gear this time, keep more momentum. Ooh. So going in for attempt number 3 after successfully doing it the first try. Attempt 2 and 3 were unsuccessful. So, and we were just saying the key on this is probably to be able to kind of use your momentum and pump through these short ups and short downs. Instead of pedaling, if you can pump it, that's a better way to keep your speed. So that's what we're gonna try this time. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, so attempt number 1 was successful. Attempt number 2 was a crash. Attempt number 3 was a bit of a bobble, I would say. Here's attempt number 4. So Roxanne's gonna come on the outside, open the corner. By opening the corner, by riding around to the outside, what that allowed Roxanne to do there was, from this point, you can straight shoot it. This is the outside of the corner. If you're more here on the inside of the corner, it's shorter, possibly faster, but it closes the corner, and so on the steepest part of the descent, you need to make a sharp right-hand corner. So that's why we like to come as far out to the left, open your corner, and then when you get to this point, it's a straight shot right down here, and ride away clean. All right, UberPunch is done. We're heading towards Ho Chi Minh now. I think there's a few different lines here. Whew, never done that one before. Oh, this is way better way to get into Ho Chi Minh. There's Oz on your left. Stay tuned, we'll do that one another day. For now, we gotta go over to here, and we're gonna do Lower Oz today, actually, I think. But first, this awesome section of Ho Chi Minh. I love this, especially when it's dry. Freak, we did a friggin' enduro race on here once and it was wet. Man, that's sketchy. Like, I'm on the brakes super hard there. You gotta have like a super good front tire. I love the max grip compound. You can almost stop in like a pure vertical face. Gives you like a lot of confidence on the slick rock. And confidence is like 90% of the game when it comes to mountain biking, I think. Woo! Yeah, man, that is one fun trail. Alrighty, coming up next, Lower Oz. Alrighty, going up Ho Chi Minh here, give you a bird's eye view, but from the bottom. Maybe that's more of a groundhog's eye view. Is that a thing? I guess it is now. So Roxanne's coming up. I'm going up Ho Chi Minh to kind of give you a better view of some of these slick rocks. Here's a slick corner. It's great when it's dry. It's crazy when it's wet. Roxanne's gonna come down here. She loves the slick rock. This is her thing. Oh yes. See how she opened her corner there? Gives you so much more control. Beauties. There we go. Exiting Ho Chi Minh. And then we're gonna go and do that kind of gnarly drop rock roll at the end of Evergreen, or is it the end of Ho Chi Minh? Wherever it is, that's where we're going. Alrighty, so if you've made it this far, you're doing well. We're exiting Ho Chi Minh. Up here on your right, that's Evergreen. That's the sketchy part of Evergreen. So we're gonna come in here. There's a big rock roll. It's definitely, this is why we did detour on lug tread. Practice some of these because these here at Fortune are just a little bit bigger, a little bit gnarlier, a little bit more fun though too. So you can see from here, it's pretty big. You can definitely get some air if you want to. You don't have to. There's some kind of like divots in it. You don't really have to worry about them too much. As long as you have like, you know, a full suspension bike with a decent amount of travel, it'll just absorb that. Here's Roxanne checking out her line. Next up, she's gonna show us how it's done. So how does that compare to the roll on detour off of lug tread at Mont Sainte Marie?
This is way harder. So much sketchier, and you kind of bounce, but like still good, still doable, like slow speed. And I kind of like, when as I approach the apex, kind of slowed down. Last time my brake was like in just before the second draw, and then I let go.
Completely off the brakes.
Yeah.
All right, and then when you do your run out, you can head over to the Skyline side, get onto Salamander to the bottom of Skyline, or now this one's for locals only, so if you're not in the NCR, you're not allowed. But if you go down this trail, you make a U-turn and you can head over to Lower Oz, just the funnest bits. And so that's where we're gonna go next. Stay tuned. So we're taking this little piece of single track from the exit of Ho Chi Minh back over to Lower Oz. This is one of our favorite loops at Camp Fortune. Avoid that wet spot. This is a ski run, so you're allowed to ride around that hole that's caused by the snowmaking. Here's the entrance to Lower Oz. Right here on your right. Just look at this dirt. You don't see dirt like this in most of Gatineau Park. See, if you come in from all of Oz, you can hit this little jump. There used to be some wooden bridges right here, I think, back when skinnies were in style. Nobody seems to like skinnies anymore. So from here, I think we've got a slick rock onto a wooden bridge. Haven't done this in a while. Coming in, woohoo! Coming in hot. It's a little loose. It's like riding in Nestle's Quick, as I like to say. Woo! I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's a nice little gap. Not bad. We'll hit it next time on our top to bottom. Shouldn't be a problem. All right, so I went back up Oz a little bit so I can hit this double. I want to make sure I can ride the whole trail clean with no dabs when we go back up to do a top to bottom. So as long as I can get clipped in super quick here and maybe get a couple pedal strokes in, I should be able to make it over this little gap without too much trouble. It's not too big, but you never know. Yeah, you don't want to go too big because you gotta get on the brakes almost right away to hit that corner. All right, after that little double on Oz, it's still kind of a technical trail. So like right here, watch that root, especially if it's wet coming in here. It should be good from here. Yeah, it's a little rough. The speed actually helps make it smoother. So the faster you can ride it normally, the smoother it's gonna be. If you ride it too slow, you kind of fall in every hole, and that's what makes it feel rough. But if you can just rip it, you'll have a good time. Finishing off Lower Oz here. Get onto this nice rock. This is such a nice trail. It's so beautiful. Haven't seen that before. Oh yeah, there used to be a super cool step-up bridge right here and a step down back in the day. You can see you can pedal, no problem. I think you just put it into a harder gear there. I think third easiest along this goat path. Watch this line. You gotta, woo! All right, so attempt number 1 was successful. Attempt number 2 was a crash. Attempt number 3 was a bit of a bobble, I would say. Here's attempt number 4. So Roxanne's gonna come on the outside, open the corner. By opening the corner, by riding around